All right, good morning, class. Hopefully, you all had a great start to your day and you are ready to get going today with our lesson. Remember that we are building off or scaffolding from yesterday. Yesterday, we did a PowerPoint, and hopefully, that's what you're using to answer for your three questions for your bell work. Okay, because all of those questions come straight directly from your notes from yesterday. So that's what we're trying to do, build off of that knowledge. All right. And also, what we discussed yesterday with our notes is also going to be what you work on in your projects. So, yesterday, you all got started with day one in your project where you were understanding fiscal policies. And then you had to basically set goals, all right, goals in mind for what you would want to do. Today, you're going to get a deeper dive into that. All right. So just while you all are working on your bell work, just have an ear out because obviously that's going to be the second portion of our day. What we're going to do to help us with today's part of our project is we're going to play a little activity, okay, a little game. This activity is very similar to what we did a couple weeks ago. You all remember we did the academic relay race where I had the anchor charts posted around the room. You had cue cards or cause cards, and those cause cards were, with your table groups, is what you use. Okay, so I'm going to use one of the ones I had placed out here for this group here. So remember, this is what the cards look like. Okay, on here are, in this case, these are policies. Last time they were scenarios, but this time they are policies. The other difference with today is it's not going to be at a, more so, it's not going to be competitive. All right, like last time you had to actually beat the person before, and we were trying to, I think we had a Chick-fil-A on the line. All right, that winning group ended up getting Chick-fil-A. So that hats off to that group for beating everybody last time. So I don't know what it's going to be this time. All right, but the goal is for you to match up the policies to three of the goals that fiscal or our federal government does as far as economic handling economic crises. So, can somebody tell me what are those three goals? With the raised hand, please. Can somebody tell me what are the three goals? All right, Isaiah, I saw your hand first. Economic growth, oh, stability, okay. Awesome. So for my folks that maybe couldn't hear, because I know Isaiah was a little low in her speech there, but the first one, economic growth. Okay, obviously with the GDP that we've been talking about and all this money that we spend, the government, who legislators have the ability of controlling the power of the purse. So they are going to be concerned with our economic growth, right? That helps us to hold value to our monies, right? We don't want to one day, an item costs $1, and then come back. Teachers, please release students for a lunch. Please release students for a lunch. All a lunch personnel, please report to duty. We don't want our items to cost $1 one day, and then the next day that we go there, it costs $1.50 or $2, right? That would obviously be something as far as inflation, which would be what we call price stability. Okay, and then the other thing, last thing, obviously, is unemployment. All right, making sure that our employment rate, all right, is optimal. Does anybody remember with a raised hand? What is the perfect or what is our goal typically as far as for full employment? Go ahead, Renisha. What was it? It is 5%. Very good. Very good. There was another number, right? And that goes back to our price stability. Does anybody remember like inflation? What is the rate? You answer one. Let's give tonight an opportunity. Say it loud and proud. 2%. Very good. So you all know the perfect range that we really want. Okay. And that helps us so that way now when we get these quarterly reports, annual reports, you can have better understanding to know if our country is truly trying to meet the goals that we have, right? So that's going to be your goal. That's going to be the game. Okay, so I'm going to pack. So each table, you already have your cue cards. Remember, these are not. It's not going to be on. Who gets it first. This is all about understanding the concept. And so what that means is this time you're just going to grab a card, obviously from the top of the pile. I'm going to tell you to go. You're going to then match up your policy with one of the anchor charts that I've already listed here. You can see over here is number one, economic growth. Number two, price stability. Number three, full employment. All right. So from there, once you see the card, you are then going to match up which one. Okay. I do want you to read off the policy so that way your classmates can hear it and they can assess for themselves if you're at the right one. Because even if you stand there, you could be at the wrong anchor chart, and we may need to help correct you. And that's the whole point of this. All right. So that way it gives you an opportunity um, to test your knowledge. All right, obviously in front of our peers, and hopefully correlating to our main overarching subject for this week. Okay, so I'm gonna obviously have the cards here. I'm gonna show. I'm gonna have this group here to give us an example for our first time. Okay, so that way everybody can kind of see how the game works. Isaiah, can you go ahead? I know we talked about it already. You were going to be our first example. Can you go ahead, pull your card? All right. So she's pulled the card. She's read it. Now she's going to go find the section that she believes is the best. All right, so she went over to economic growth. So let's read your card loud and proud, and let's see as a class if she's correct. Go ahead.
A new law increases tariffs on imported goods.
A new law increases tariffs on goods, on new goods. Okay, that is going to be economic growth. Can somebody help me out? Well, actually, Azar, why did you say that was economic growth? Let's do that.
Because we basically getting money from other countries to help us with our country.
Awesome, awesome, and that's what a tariff is. All right, it's a tax on imported goods. All right, goods coming in from other countries. And obviously, it does two things. One, it gives the U.S. government obviously revenue through taxes, and also it makes the domestic or at-home products more desirable because those prices are maybe now less than those foreign goods. Okay, so very good, Isaiah. All right, so let's do one more example. Renisha, thank you for Isaiah and Renisha for volunteering at the beginning of class to do this. All right, this is our last example, so everybody gets it. All right, so she's pulled the card. Go ahead and find where that policy matches up to. All right, nice. So loud and proud, read your policy.
Congress delays infrastructure projects to reduce short-term spending.
Okay. All right. So say it again. Read it again one more time.
Congress delays infrastructure projects to reduce short-term spending.
To reduce short-term spending. All right. I'm not gonna exactly say that's. I'm not gonna say that's really price stability because remember, price stability is more so fighting inflation. Okay. So let's try that again. Can somebody help?
I need a shot.
Can somebody maybe help point Renisha in a different direction? Because again, price stability is going to be more so fighting things to do to fight inflation. Okay, whether that's contractionary or a expansionary type of policy. Okay, either we're trying to cool down the markets or we're trying to get the markets back up. All right. All right. Yes. Yes. I think that card definitely would fall more to economic growth. All right. So that's it. All right. Now, again, there's no penalty for being wrong, but this is about understanding. All right. And hopefully understanding with a little muscle memory. Right. Sometimes if you answer a question, turn it in, and then when I give it back to you, oh, I got it wrong. Oh, well, there it goes. But maybe by moving and remember the assignment of hey, being able to move around, seeing if your answers are correct, and getting that quick feedback. All right, that's why I really like this activity. All right, and that's obviously why this is going to be great for us, and will help us to be able to prepare for your Unit 2 assessment, okay? So we're gonna do this for about 30 minutes. That gives us there's 4 tables here, that gives everybody a shot to get around. And then after that, remember, we are gonna go to our project, okay? So um, that will be our project. So on the project, let me go ahead and go off to just kind of give you a couple things to keep in mind. Day 2, you are setting up. I'm sorry, not day 2. I'm sorry, that was yesterday. Day 3, you are going to be actually playing the game today. So these policies that you all are working through, these cards, they're going to be very similar to the policies that you may choose in your fiscal ship game. Okay, so in your fiscal ship game, you have at least in this day 3, you have a policy to choose. All right, that's going to come when you play the game and you click the different subcategories. It's going to give you a list of policies. All right, the category. So is it a tax or is it for spending? So remember, you are going to be trying to balance a budget. So there's some give and takes. There's some trade-offs. All right, you need to make a good marginal analysis, weigh the benefits, weigh the costs. All right. And then obviously you have those 3 goals that hopefully you're trying to get stars, meaning that you are fulfilling the goals that you set out from the beginning of the game. Why did you choose it? Well, folks, that comes straight from you. Okay. You don't, that's not going to come from, some kind of research answer. It's why you chose it. All right. And then the other 2, the expected economic effect and the expected debt effect, are the same concept. That comes from you. So there is no need to go to Google or go to any other site to search up those answers. The answers are going to come from what you believe. Okay, obviously based on our notes, our discussions in the class. Then you have 2 questions. Did your plan reduce, stabilize, or increase debt to GDP ratio? All right, and then the last one, describe one trade-off you face while choosing your policy. So those should come straight from your dome. All right, there's no need to research that. All right, it is based off of your experience playing fiscal ship game. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with our day.